G'day brewers. Today I'm bottling up my Cooper's Draught batch, which I made about 15 days ago. It's been sitting in a fermenter for about 15 days. Let's have a quick look in there. It's got a very strong sort of homebrew smell. That's how I attribute that smell personally. I had a quick taste while I checked the final gravity, and it's very bitter. So I'm hoping it turns out alright. It might be a good drink, nice sort of session drink, end of week session drink, which should be nice. I'm just going to do this batch in stubbies because I have so many of them and I really don't have many long necks at the moment that are empty. So I'll pretty much do the entire batch with stubbies, just a couple of extra of these PET bottles just to get them out of the way. That and the fact that I may not have enough ground seals on me. So it's about 60 something stubbies per one of these batches. I think I might have less than a bag, so we'll see how that goes. Worst comes to worst, I'll, I don't know, put them in Pepsi bowls or something. Haven't sterilised them, I'll get around to that. But I've done the sterilising. Next step for me will be to put the priming. So I'm going to be bulk priming this batch. Obviously I'm using different size bottles and I don't have any drops. Well, I've got some, but I don't want to use them. So I made this up earlier. It's got about 190 grams of dextrose in some water, which I boiled for about 5 minutes. I tend to do this with my priming these days rather than use tablets. It's just much easier, especially if you're using different size bottles for your batches. And I've never had an explosion, not one, in 16 something batches. It's the best way to do it. I went a little bit higher this time. I normally go about 175 grams. I put 190 in this time because I'm getting kind of sick of having my batches be a little undercarbonated. Some are great, but some of them just seem to be a bit not quite there. So I thought I'd just add a little bit extra dextrose here, not too much because I don't want to risk any explosions, especially with some of these weaker bottles like these Spates things. I just picked these up and down of these cheap from the South Island, New Zealand actually. Not a great beer, but great place. No idea how strong those bottles are though. Same with the Coronas, and honestly half of these bottles, those Cooper's bottles, are just twist tops, not very strong. These ones are alright though. They're all crown seals. And I've used them all for several batches anyway. Anyway, I'm going to bottle it up. I'll check in before the end. 15 minutes later, I ran out. I'm going to have to go up to the Woolworths. Luckily it's only a 2-minute walk away. It's a nice clear batch though, check that out.
Dad, can I make 40?
And we finished bottling. We got 65 stubbies in the end. I had to go to Woolies to pick up some more caps because I ran out. I was about 19 short in the end. Hey cow, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yep, so that's all bottled up. I got most of them stored in these boxes up here. Another box over there. Put a few notes down just so I don't forget. I couldn't be bothered writing on the lids because I'm lazy. That's it for this. I'm probably going to have to do another batch at some point soon. I've got plenty of beer here obviously. I mean, all that's their empty bottles. Beer over here. And another batch down there which I haven't touched. But yeah, it goes fast. Probably do another... Might get a batch of Cooper's lager actually and brew that pretty soon because I'd really like to compare the draft to the lager and see what the difference is. Anyway, we'll taste test once it's ready. In the meantime, next week I'm probably going to do a bit of a multi-video of taste testing. I'm going to try both batches of my Pacific Ale, the Amber Ale, the Real Ale, and probably the IPA. Do the whole lot on camera and see how it goes. Anyway, have a good one.